Hey friends, today I'd like to talk about names, just really shortly, a small riff. Like, what's in a name? What does your name mean? How do you get your name? We all take it for granted, and sometimes we even think we are our name. But most of our names have a meaning behind it, or at least an idea or thought from our parents, and almost a wish that you, speaking from experience as a dad, a wish that you give to your child when naming them. There are a bunch of differences between cultures when you name a child, for example. Sometimes, like in the West, we usually think about a name beforehand, when the child is still in the mummy's belly, uh, the belly of the beast. Maybe I should cut this out. Anyway, so we think beforehand, like what is our wish for our child and things like that. But then there's also cultures where we name the child after they are born. Sometimes a few days after, sometimes even longer. Sometimes I think there's even cultures where you have a name for each relationship. So let's say John is a name that Richard is using for John, but Mary uses a different name for John. So the names are like only between one and one relationships, which is really interesting. Anyway, sometimes I'm thinking, like, is a name prophetic in some way? So like it's funny, my parents named me Gibran from, and they in their mind they had they came with the idea of naming me after Khalil Gibran. He's like a dead poet and writer and artist. And well, I'm writing some poetry, even like doing artsy fartsy things. And of course you can say, Gibran is doing that because he was named Gibran, but of course my parents probably liked Khalil Gibran for his characteristics, and because of that they thought, that's nice to name our first child after him. But of course I, as a as a child of my parents, get some of their DNA, and they're raising me, so I get their way of being, which of course then also correlates with what they liked in Khalil Gibran. So, but it is interesting to think about, because how your parents named you probably has something to say maybe about some of the characteristics that you have or the things you can do. And well, maybe I should also describe what my name means then, Gibran, at least what I found online. Two things come up. One is like the creator of positive change. I like a lot, which is also what I'm trying to do. And the other meaning that I found that is used for Gibran is brave or strong, which I think is like a pretty common meaning for lots of names. My wife's name is also something like that. I'm not gonna share her real name though, but also has a meaning similar to that. So yeah, I'm curious, what is your name, and what is the meaning behind your name, and do you know maybe why your parents or caretakers named you that way? Another very cool thing, I think. I have a half brother and another half brother and a half sister. My dad asked me to help name my half brother's name after he was born, which was super humbling or beautiful or emotional also. Anyway, so that's it. What's your name and what does it mean? Let me know in the comments, or send me an email or tweet or whatever if you want to do it privately. See you.